Alright, what's up guys? I'm back with What If Deku had Ultra Instinct Part 5. This is my second time trying to do this. This is because the first time when I did the intro, bro, my brain was so slow I couldn't process things. But yeah, let's get into it this time. So, I'm gonna say like Deku he can slowly turn into phase 3. Like I know that I said he couldn't in the last bit, but there was a comment saying like, "Yo, it would be cooler if he slowly does it." So you might as well go with it. And yo, honestly, I think my brain might be slow because of the tea. I don't have water, so I'm going with like tea instead. And maybe that's the reason why. I don't know. Brain like tea just makes me feel good. I don't know. But yeah, let's just get into it because I'm stupid. So let's see. So Ida he gets healed, of course, because Deku got the credit for taking down Stain. And the next day, everyone goes back to class. And everyone in the school, like, they know about Deku from the media and the news, like, talking about him taking down the hero killer Stain. So when Deku tries to, like, walking into the school, like, at the front doors, everyone crowds him, like, but he uses phase one of his quirk to, like, get past all of them without answering a question. So, when Deku makes it to his class, he closes the door real quick and says like out loud that he regrets taking the credit instead of Endeavor. So when Deku opens his eyes, like he sees everyone laughing at Ida, then turning towards him. Oof, shoot. But yeah. So Deku has a feeling he's gonna be asked like a bunch of the questions, but he gets surprised that the only questions he gets are like, "Are you okay?" and like, "How'd you do it?" So Deku just replies to them like by saying he wasn't even hit and Stain was a bit too overrated, which he kind of was, bro. If he was taken down by kids, then nah, he's too overrated. So then he says like he went to his second phase to finish him off though. So everyone laughed except for Ida, and Todoroki said like he wished he seen it or like had a swing at him because Todoroki was there like after like Deku took him out. So Bakugo said like he could have done it faster than him, and Deku just looked at him, and then Aizawa walked in and asked Deku if he had any trouble walking in. So Deku says yeah, and Aizawa just has a quick chuckle. I don't think he chuckles that much or like laughs. So and then he says like it's gonna be like that for a few days. And he then tells the class that All Might is going to be like looking, yeah. All Might is going to be looking over everyone's progress. That's what I'm trying to say. So, before the class started, Gran Torino, I'm gonna say, he called All Might, saying that Deku is very like skilled and knows a lot about his power already. And All Might he agrees and asks like if they made any improvements on him getting to phase 3. Gran Torino he responds by saying like no, but says like it'll appear in a bad situation, so everything will be okay. Like should be okay. Like if Deku's there, if he's not there, then nah, it's over. So All Might thanks him and then texts Deku saying he did a good job on defeating Stain, but don't let it get to his head. And Deku won't because nah. So when All Might goes into like the class, he explains how it's gonna work and like they're gonna go to the arena or the area, whatever it is. The first people to go are the same as like canon, and everyone is very suspicious about Deku's improvement. Deku, I'm gonna say like because I think I said that they trained the entire day, but I didn't say like if it made any progress. But I'm gonna say like he did improve his phase two with his muscle usage part of it. And when Deku says like go, Deku like goes into phase two and has an after image and appears next to All Might with a grin. And everyone gets confused about how fast Deku has gotten, and Bakugo gets kind of like mad at his improvement, but knows he can catch up. But he can't. But the boy has that faith, But Deku is announced the winner, and All Might tells him he did well and to meet him after class. He tells Bakugo the same when he finishes. And when the class ends, Deku and Bakugo they walk in to the room where All Might is, and All Might just asks them both if they know about All for One, and they both say like they remember him talking about it before, like talking about him. So All Might explains the origin of All for One, I mean One for All and All for One in the chaotic period. So Deku gets like a serious look on his face and said to All Might that he will take him down with or without his phase 3. And then Bakugo, he jumps in and says like he'll be the one who takes him out. All Might he smiles and says it won't be like that easy and that Deku needs to master his third phase or like get his mastered state, and Bakugo needs to gain like a new level of power, but thanks them both, sincerely. Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of me messing up. Hold on, I need to take a drink. Ooh, that's good. um, hmm. And then I'm gonna say after that, Deku brings up the mood by saying no matter what, he will be like the next symbol of peace no matter what. So Bakugo just laughs and tells Deku like in his dreams. So they walk out while All Might thinks to himself that he should say what Night Eye told about All Might's future, but he doesn't. And the next day, everyone is told like their midterm scores, and Deku got a 4 out of 20, just like canon. And when lunch happens, everyone in Class 1A sits by Deku. They did it so like no one tries to question him about staying and all that. But he thanks everyone in body flickers in place. Yeah, he thanks everyone at the table, and then like as they're eating, he body flickers in place, and people didn't know why. But then he looked next to him, and Monoma tried to bump into Deku, but fell on the ground because Deku moving, you can't touch him. So Deku says like he's sorry and helps him up, and Monoma gets up and says like Deku's encounter with Stain is fake, and it's impossible for him to defeat the hero killer. Deku just turns with his food in his mouth, then turns back to his plate. Like he just looks at him like, "Shut up," and just starts eating again. And everyone at the table like ignores Monoma. So Monoma, he gets annoyed and rants about Class 1A being frauds. Then Kendo shows up, knocks the boy out. um, and then she says like sorry and then walks away. Deku just swallows his food and says like, well, that interaction was a bit weird, and he was, you know, what? Bro, my head is slow. I should probably make this in another day, but nah, I might as well keep on going. Um, yeah, so that interaction was weird. And, he's curious about, like, their practical exam that's coming up. So Uraraka says, like, she heard someone talking about the robots, like, the entrance exam. But Deku disagrees with the idea, saying that they've been through a lot with, like, real villains, so it would be more difficult than others, of course, because Deku defeated Stain. So the class agrees and gets annoyed that they have to work harder, but then Deku says it'll probably be a lot more funner. So, you know, it'll be cool. So everyone sees Deku's point and feels slightly better. And when they all go back to class, Bakugo tells Deku that he will defeat him in the exams. God dang, Rodney is taking another drink. Ah, jeez. I don't know why, but I'm just always thirsty. I don't know why. um, hmm. Yeah, so Bakugo's saying like he's gonna beat him, but Deku just takes the challenge and makes a bet saying like whoever loses out of the two of them has to do whatever the class says. And Bakugo accepts it, like kind of regretting it instantly, but the rest of the class agrees. So the next 3 days of the written exams, are over, and everyone else is like prepared to fight whatever they're against because they already know it's gonna be difficult. So everyone is surprised about what they hear from Principal Nezu, All Might, and Aizawa. They say the entire class has to go against Deku. Everyone turns to see Deku, and they see him smiling as hard as All Might. Immediately, everyone gets scared except for Bakugo and Todoroki because they're the goats. So, let's see. Nezu. Yeah, I'm gonna say Nezu like says in order for everyone to pass, they have to punch Deku at least once. Not all of them, but one of them has to punch Deku in order for all of them to pass. So when Deku hears that, he thinks it's fair because he's okay with it. And when everyone else heard it, they were kind of like relieved, but then we're reminded that Deku is a god. So Deku then asks if he's allowed to fight back, and they say as long as he doesn't like get hit, it's alright. So Deku gets ready, and so does everyone else. But Deku, he already knows martial arts, so he knows how to fight back. So as soon as All Might says go, everyone rushes towards like or at Deku, and Deku just stands completely still with a focused glare towards everyone. They all individually feel Deku staring at them. Like he's staring at all of them as a crowd, but to them they feel him like solely looking into their own eyes. So they just get more like shoot man, this is oof. So Ida is the first person to oh god, I just zoned out. But yeah, I'm gonna say Ida's the first person to try and hit Deku, and Deku just body flickers behind him, knocking him out instantly. He did the 1-2, and um, hmm. So Deku goes into phase 2 then, and everyone tries to form a strategy, but feels like a presence around them before getting knocked out. So all the boys and girls, like except for Bakugo and Todoroki, are knocked out within 5 seconds. But Todoroki and Bakugo, like they both dodged Deku's attack because somehow they predicted it. So Nezu and Aizawa, like in All Might, they're astounded by Deku's improvement after the internship, because before that, like I'm pretty sure Deku wouldn't have done it that fast. Like yeah, he can move, like he can still win, but he's faster. So yeah, let's see. Where else am I gonna go with this? I'm gonna say Deku then starts to close his eyes, and his aura around him starts to grow more and more. So Todoroki tries to like throw a boulder of ice at Deku, but he dodges it, and body flickers in front of him before knocking him out. So Deku slowly turns around to face the direction of Bakugo, but Bakugo just starts to have explosions come out of his hands and dashes towards Deku. Deku just clashes with Bakugo, not getting hit because no, and they both start like cracking the ground. Like Bakugo, he's gotten pretty strong, so I mean I might as well. So Deku just opens his eyes and lets out a loud scream. So Almond and Bakugo, they begin to think that Deku's starting to like get closer to phase 3. So Deku actually knees Bakugo in the stomach, which makes Bakugo like step back and cough a bit of blood. But Deku appears behind him and like knocks him out with a final blow. And Deku lets out another yell, but it powers down. Deku got angry that he couldn't transform, but tells Bakugo's like unconscious body like thanks for the fight in like a respectful tone, because he was pretty close. Like he realized like yo, I'm getting closer. So Nezu, Aizawa, and All Might, like they walk to Deku and congratulate him winning, and the rest of the class they start to wake up, and they and they like they see everyone feeling dizzy. So they start saying that there was no way to win against him, and Nezu out of pity told him that they all passed because their teamwork was pretty good, even if like they couldn't use them, like their strategies and everything. So they all felt weak, and Bakugo woke up yelling at Deku, but then asked if he was like, but then whispered to him like if he was actually no. I think everyone's seen his transformation, has it? Yeah. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen his transformation. So, he says, like, was he close to transforming? Deku replies, like, with saying, like, no, but he was close, and that he could feel it. So Bakio says, like, good, and, like, I'm gonna say fist bumps Deku, walking the other way, because I'm pretty sure they're friends in this one, so it's alright. And Deku reminds him, though, that he has to do whatever the class says now. So Bakio stops, and then gets mad, and the class starts to laugh because, like, yo, like, that is true. He has to do whatever. And I'm gonna say because, bro, I've been wanting to see this for some reason. Like, one day I thought of it, and I've always wanted to see it. I'm gonna say, like, they told him to run down, like, a hallway with a toaster screaming, like, he burned his toast, because why not? I don't know why I thought of it one day, but I was like, yo, I kind of want to see that. Like, look out the window, see someone screaming, I burnt my toast with the toaster in their hands. I'm stupid, but oh man, what's wrong with me? But yeah, so later before everyone like left the school, All Might spoke with Deku and Bakio saying like they have made like very good progress because Bakio admits that like he needs to do better and Deku says like he's very close to unlocking phase 3 again. All Might just tells him that he's not supposed to spoil it, but they're going to training camp during the break. Deku and Bakugo, like, they instantly both tell All Might that they're gonna be 100 times stronger than like when it's over. All Might, he believes it that they'll both be stronger, and he truly does. Like, yo, like this training camp is supposed to work him to death, and All Might already knows like they're both really trying to like beat each other, and they want to get stronger. So he's like, all right, yeah, I believe it, and I think I might leave it at that. I'm gonna take another drink. Yeah, this video was not good. Oh, jeez. I wanted to take a break off the Kratos one because I already knew if I was doing a part three, I was gonna like, nah, I hate it. So, yeah. What's up? I always forget to ask how you guys are doing at the beginning, but I'm gonna say, before I actually end it, the next video that I'm probably gonna post tomorrow, hopefully, is experiment. If like, what if Deku was experimented on part 7 and maybe 8. I might do 2 videos tomorrow. It just depends on how I feel, but yeah. So I'm gonna say like there's gonna be that. So catch up on that, and let's see. I'm trying to think what else I could say. I think that's it. So I might as well do the outro. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, don't be Nita, and peace out.